thing with this debt is that government can sell the debt, but the debt is connected with he can sell the debt and move the discancellation to the next law financiaria. It seems like they are investing more money in the politica dello sviluppo e della cooperazione, but instead they are taking the cards. They are, can you understand? They are taking the cards because they are moving this debt cancellation to the resources. So it seems like they are giving more resources, but in reality they're giving less resources. So it was an unpredictable accident in the Jubilee 2000 campaign that is not very photogenic, so it's not good, you know, it's complex and it's quite hard to say. But at the same time, with the debt cancellation, there was some goals, very strong leader in front of the enthusiasm that created this campaign at the beginning. The goals were much smaller than compared to the enthusiasm of the first time. But and then, you know, the other failure, the other problem is that is especially in Italy. I'm talking about my own experience. You know, I'm not an expert. I'm just a testimony. No. In Italy, the existence of a lot of charity projects, especially connected with the church, connected with the Catholic Church, in my opinion, created a sort of laziness in the government activity, because they were like saying, okay, the church is taking care of this. You know, Amnesty International is taking care of this. Jubilee 2000 is taking care of this. The missionary is doing this. And so at the end, the government tends to hide, you know, and they want to talk about it just when there is a real commercial development, so a real commercial interest. So they go to the poor countries when they are a real interest. They are not the interest of developing the countries, but the interest of selling their things, of participating in the infrastructure, not teaching them how to fish, they always the same thing, you know, but in them taking the fish. And that's the other thing. And so today, we are in a critical moment, I think, as it is a critical moment. A critical moment that creates a lack of enthusiasm, and we need a big earthquake to get involved. And that's bad. That we need we need an earthquake that kills 200,000 people to get involved. Because in Africa there is an earthquake, a human earthquake, every week, you know, even less. That's a problem, you know.
We're on the two lines for students who want to ask questions. Please come forward so we can know, we can see you.
Okay.
Please address them. Okay.
I don't have a microphone.
No.
So, hi.
Hey.
Ciao, sono italiana.
No.
I'm not a musician and I'm not a policymaker. I am a physicist. And I think that also scientists have a big responsibility in communicating to the general public and to the government and to really make a difference. So my question is very simple. Do you think that there is a possibility for a creative interaction between musicians and scientists to give a stronger message? And I think, for example, of the image of what you said, that you were so struck by the image of the Earth. We have a lot of different images, we have a lot of knowledge, which is beautiful and profound, striking. Do you think that this collaboration is possible somehow to make a difference?
No, it is possible. It is possible. It's always been possible, no? Science and technology and music are married since the beginning. For instance, you know that the most engineering knowledge in history, especially in the past, was in two kinds of tools, weapons and music instruments. If you read the antique, very antique technology book, they are studying how to build the perfect weapon and how to build the perfect violin. Maybe there's a reason for this, because music is another weapon. It's a weapon. It's a weapon. Anyway, I told you before, music has the power of creating, focusing attention, and that's the main thing. Focusing attention and concentrating emotion in one moment, in one place. The moment where you listen to a song and you are there in that moment, and you can touch more to a song. That's the most important thing, I think. Silence can do different things much better than things.
Okay. So we've been talking tonight, obviously, about how music can do a lot of really great things. Obviously, the counter-argument to that is that it could also have negative effects. There's been a lot of backlash in America towards American hip-hop and American heavy metal. People say that it incites violence and that sort of thing. I was wondering if you could speak a little to that and maybe say something about you as someone in the industry. Would you have any power and that sort of thing?
Yeah, I understood part of your...
Which part?
Yeah, no, the general meaning.
Okay.
Tell me again about hip-hop and heavy metal.
So a lot of people's reactions to some aspects of hip-hop and some aspects of heavy metal is that some of it has very violent lyrics and that sort of thing, and so people think that it might incite people to violence because...
Yeah, but I don't think so. I am a musician, so I totally disagree with this vision of the approach of music. Music. So I totally disagree. I don't think that if we start from this point of view, we don't do anything. Art is always controversial. Good art is always controversial. When art is just comfortable, it's another kind of stuff. Art got to be controversial, and especially hip hop, coming from tough environments. Most of the time, it's talking about that. And it's not thinking that hip-hop is simulating violence. It's a very easy way of approaching the question, but I don't think so. I really don't think so. I think that art always talks about human beings, always talk about expression, always talk about authenticity, always talking about feeling alive, and so we get to a censorship mood, that is actually what I fight against. But not because I like hip hop when it talks about bad about women or this kind of stuff. I hate the song when it talks bad about women or it uses certain kind of language. I personally don't like them, but it doesn't mean that I don't fight for the existence and the right to their artists